All right, everybody, we're here at the BCA National Championships, the 37th Annual BCA National Championships here at the Rio All Suites Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada. How are you doing? Want to say hi to the camera guys? I'm sitting here with Paul Smith of Diamond Billiards and also with Adrian Wang of Cyclop Balls. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great.
I'm doing great, thanks.
Yeah, and basically the reason I have these guys here is because Cyclop, these balls, are the official ball of the CSI Q Sports International U.S. Open events, and also the BCA National event, and also the USAPL National Championships, which is going on right now here at the Rio. And a lot has been noted about these balls, specifically the color.
Well, we wanted to have different colors so that the people would be able to distinguish from other ball manufacturers. So we've had some good feedback and some people that like the traditional colors better.
Okay. I understand then that, well, you know, you're with Diamond, yes, and Adrian's with Cyclop. Was there a little bit of consultation with each other before you guys released these balls to come up with the formula and the color and all that?
Absolutely.
So you've been working with Cyclop for a while before the distribution itself was established.
There was a lot of R&D that had to be done, and we wanted to test the balls, you know, for the different physical properties. And the tables that we use at this event use an optical density sensor to separate the cue ball from the other balls, and that was the key thing for us for the coin-operated tables. And we had to have a cue ball that was low enough in optical density that we could tell it apart from the other balls. And
now, what do you mean by, sorry to interrupt you, but what do you mean by optical density?
Okay, every ball that goes into the table goes past a sensor, and a bright light comes on like a laser, and the cue ball absorbs more light than the object balls, and the sensor can see that, and it energizes a solenoid to kick the cue ball to the side so we can separate it from the other balls. So that was a key thing for a diamond table 10 years ago when we patented that technology, because that allows you to play pool on a bar table where the cue ball is exactly the same as the other balls. Other bar tables, you have to use a magnet, and the ball has to have a bearing or some kind of metal in it to get the ball out, which means it's usually a different weight than the other balls, and it's harder to play pool with. So that was, we weren't interested in making a bar table until we could figure out how to use a normal cue ball. And up to this point, we've been using the Aramith red circle cue ball because that was the lowest in optical density, and the sensor that was in the table was designed for that. But when we were looking for a supplier for balls, that was one of the key considerations for us.
Okay. Now, what about the actual composition of the balls? I mean, they say on the box right here, phenolic resin billiard balls. Now, aren't all balls like this? Didn't Aramith make these phenolic resin balls as well?
Yes, but not all balls are phenolic resin. Quite a few balls are nylon and polyester, and you know, they're not nearly as uniform in weight and roundness. So there's, you know, they don't play nearly like the phenolic resin sets. Phenolic resin is a very hard plastic that's a very difficult manufacturing process, and you know, Aramith has been doing it for quite some time now. And these balls actually were developed from a recipe that was used to make the old Brunswick Centennial ball sets.
Okay. All right.
It's a very high resin content per ball. It's about 85% versus the typical phenolic balls are around 57 or 58%.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so significantly higher percentage of actual phenolic resin.
Yes, and the important part of that being that the surface of the ball is extremely hard, it's highly polished, and so it reduces the amount of skids. You know, it reduces the amount of throw when you're cutting a ball, so that you don't have to compensate for friction-related issues because it has less friction because the surface stays smooth longer.
Are you also proposing that these balls are going to have a longer lifespan?
That's kind of hard to say because it depends on the environment that they're in. The phenolic resin chemistry does not like high temperatures, so if you used like phenolic tips and you broke really hard with the balls, there's actually quite a bit of friction between the cloth and the base of the ball, and that's one of the things that tends to deteriorate phenolic resin. But I think that the useful playing life of these balls will be longer than anything else that's on the market.
Wow, that's great. Now, Adrian, you've been sitting there quietly, and I just want to give the audience a chance to know who you are and where you come from and your role with Cyclop and how long you've been working with this company. And your mic is live there, so I don't need to. You don't need to take it off. You can just talk right into it.
Okay. My name is Adrian. I'm working for this company for almost like 13 years already. Our company is working basically in trying to create the technology for the phenol resin for over 20 years now. And
that's quite a long time.
Yeah, because this material is really difficult to control the colors. Actually, the material comes in just like a liquid water. It's perfectly clear. But once they touch to the air and will touch to the metal parts, they will turn to the coffee brown in a couple minutes.
Okay. And like it's an oxidization.
Yes.
Oxidation.
Yes. So it's very difficult to control the colors in here. So actually, this is the key why nobody can make the ball besides the aromatist.
Okay.
So we finally, about 2 years ago, we finally come out with technology for color control for the process, and we spent another 2 years to working with Diamond, and Diamond is really helping us to test the ball, non-give up, everything. So we kind of really appreciate that. So we decide to give us the distributor in North America for the Diamond.
Okay.
And we're working from there.
Great. Now, where are the balls now being manufactured?
The ball is manufactured in China, but we are the Taiwanese company, and this is a U.S. technology.
Yes. Okay. So it's a shared collaboration of sorts. Mm-hmm. Okay. And obviously, Paul Smith here from Diamond.
Yeah.
So that basically means that by default in the United States, if you want a set of Cyclop balls, you're going to have to contact Diamond and get them through Diamond's website, or where can we find these balls?
Well, you can contact Diamond directly at our factory in Jeffersonville, Indiana. So we have our website, but we don't do online sales. We do it direct over the phone.
Okay. And what is the price point of these balls for people who want to buy the sets?
Well, the sets here at the event are being sold by CSI because all the sets here were donated to CSI.
How many sets were donated again?
380 sets. 380
sets, folks. There were a lot of people making bets in the chat room as to how many sets of balls. I think we got to 368, but we have 380 sets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they're all going to be for sale after this?
Yes.
No, well, technically yes, but Mark Griffin would like to have enough to do this event again next year.
I see.
So anything that he sells, he's going to have to replace.
Yes.
Right. But the sets are for sale for $150 a set for a used set. And then if somebody's getting, between 2 and 9 sets, they can get them for $130 a set.
Oh, I see. So kind of like a bulk price.
Yes.
Something like that.
Yeah, because there are some groups here that, like they have a whole group from like the city of Houston, and they might play out of 4 or 5 different locations, so they may get more than one set. And a lot of people are trying to get one for themselves just to take home for their table at home.
Sure. They're really good balls. I mean, I've played with them. I've probably played with them around 3 or 4 hours total, and I like the way they even sound a little bit different.
Yeah, because the big difference is we put a higher percentage of phenol resin inside the ball.
Yeah.
So actually, lots of people will think about the ball is lighter. Actually, it's not, because the more resin you put in the ball, the ball reacting and rebounding faster.
So it's actually denser. Is that what it is?
It's acting faster than before. So actually, some players will feel a little bit lighter, which is not.
Okay, good. All right. Well, is there anything else you'd like to say about these balls, or?
I think this is the first time in the U.S. history we make the change on the balls, because Aramis has been there for like 50 years.
Aramis has been around for quite a long time.
I mean, this is a good time for both of us. We'll have a second option for everyone, and I think the market would like to see the new competition. And actually, this is a better quality ball, and cheaper pricing, of course, a little bit.
Right, and I'm assuming also, I apologize, but I'm assuming also that like to Lost the stream here. Just wait a second. Should be back up soon. Okay, good. We're back up. We're live again. I apologize now. We were talking about these balls and whether or not they'd be available in different sets or color schemes.
Well, we have two sets. There's the professional set that we're using at this event, and those are a new set of colors because we wanted something to distinguish the Cyclop balls from other manufacturers. We have a second set that's exactly the same specifications that have the more traditional colors for people that want that.
Well, that's good. That's really good. You know, there have been a lot of comments, mixed feedback on the colors. You know, I mean, I have to be honest with you. I was getting confused between the 6 and the 7 quite often, and you know, it's understandable. A lot of people will immediately complain about that, but to be quite honest with you, it just takes some getting used to, and once you do, then it's set in stone.
Well, just like when Airman came out with the TV Pro Cup balls.
Yeah.
Yes, when those balls came out, a lot of people complained about the brown 7 ball.
And the pink 4 ball. I mean,
the pink 4 ball.
It confused me too, so it's a learning process, but mainly what we're excited about is the colors part is secondary because that can always be changed at our discretion if we want to do that. But this is a very high quality ball with extremely tight specifications. And you know, that's what we're looking for is consistency because we're trying to make pool into a sport. We feel that currently it's a game and it can never be a sport until you can standardize the conditions more. So these balls are 169.5 grams plus or minus a half a gram. And we've weighed a lot of ball sets, maybe 20 sets now. They were all within specification. I've never been able to find that with any other ball set ever, and even the old Centennial balls weren't made this well. Even though it's the same recipe.
Do balls get lighter or heavier with time as they're polished? And because a lot of people say the balls get smaller because they're polished so much.
Actually, the color will turns to yellowing after a couple years.
I'm sorry.
The color. The white color will turns to yellowing after a couple years.
It becomes yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because of this.
The white color becomes yellow after time. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, it's the nature of the phenolic resin.
Yeah.
But the main thing is getting the weight and the diameter of the balls to a really rigid specification, and that's the most important thing. That way, no matter which ball set you play with, they all play the same. And it's just like you want every pool table to play the same, so that you can practice and prepare to come play in the event.
Yeah.
And you know, the reason Diamond started in the first place was to standardize playing conditions. The original intention was not to make pool tables. They were trying to elevate pool from a game to a sport. It's like you can play basketball in China. The hoop is the same height. The free throw line's in the same place. And you can go into a pool room, and you can go from table to table, and they're different.
These balls also work, they work well with the measle ball. I know that the pros at the CSI event they're actually using the Cyclop balls, but instead of the rest of the events here, they're still using the measle ball, and so far pretty good feedback from the pros as well.
Very good feedback from the pros. They've noticed much less skids, and you know, not having to compensate for the friction when they go to cut the balls. And we've had 8 or 10 of them come up to us and say they really like the ball sets a lot.
Well, I do too.
Yeah,
and
we're happy.
Way easier to clean the ball as well.
Okay. Oh, great. Well, that's great. Yeah. Well, there you have it, guys. Once again, we're just going to show you the box, the Cyclop ball here. The ball set is the official ball of the CSI U.S. Open events, the BCA Nationals here, the 37th annual, and also the USAPL. They donated 380 sets to Q Sports International for them to be distributed here amongst all the tables. The players are playing with them, and they're so far everybody's loving them. Once again, if you would like a set of these balls, why don't we ask Paul just to tell us where the website is?
www.diamondbilliards.com, or you can call us at 812-288-POOL.
That's right, 812-288-POOL. All right. Thanks a lot, Paul. It's great to talk to you guys again. Adrian, I wish you guys the best of luck with Cyclop.
Thank you.
All right, take care.
Thanks.
All right, guys, there we have it. Our friends from Cyclop, right here.